Video clear now? Am I audible now? I think I must be audible as of now, right? Please let me know, Adi, Amit. Now clear. ठीक है. So a very good afternoon, everyone. Your phase one results are out for RBI Grade B. I am Manoj Sharma from Oliveboard, and I'm here with how can you go about with answer writing for your phase 2 examination, because most of you are now preparing for phase 2, है ना, जिसका clear हुआ है वो भी prepare कर रहे हैं, and otherwise also those who are planning for next year उनके लिए भी ये बहुत important है. This is basically a guide. इसमें हम previous year questions देखेंगे, किस किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आए हैं. देन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस व्हाट आर द प्री requisites फॉर आंसर राइटिंग. then we are going to see that what are the do's and don'ts of answer writing. And then at last I'm going to give you details about a batch that we have recently launched. ठीक है. So for those who want to connect with me beyond these classes, then you can connect with me on Telegram. Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. Just type Mannat Educator, you will have access to my Telegram handle. ठीक है. Okay then. Asha, before I begin, if you want to download this YouTube class PDF, you can do it from the Oliveboard app. Just go to the courses section. There's going to be a separate YouTube class PDFs folder. You can download the PDF from here. Okay. So, now your phase 2, we are going to specifically talk about descriptive answer writing. So you have three papers. You have economics and social issues, ESI. You have English descriptive. You have finance and management, right? These are the three papers that you have. For these papers, for ESI and finance and management, you have two types of questions, objective and descriptive types of questions, 50-50% weightage. Number of questions are 30 for objective type, and for descriptive type, you're going to get 6 questions. You have to attempt 4 out of them. 2 will be 15 marker questions, 2 will be 10 marker questions. ठीक है. 50-50 marks, 30 minutes, 90 minutes. This is same for finance and management also. ठीक है. 6 questions will be given. You have to cover 4, 2 15 marker and 2 10 marker questions. Apart from that, you have your English descriptive writing. ठीक है. So these are the three papers that you have for your descriptive answer writing. Let's take a look at the previous year questions. Let's start from 2024. What kind of questions were asked? Then you're going to get a good idea as to how you have to go about with answer writing. है ना? So first question, for example, in 2024, you have objectives and descriptive type of paper. We're going to discuss about the descriptive questions. ठीक है? So first question was related to the tussle between sustainable development and economic growth. How can we create the right balance between them? So sustainable development, a part of your social issues topic, and economic growth, part of your economics issues wala part, है ना? Discuss the challenges of youth unemployment, how it can be mitigated. Again, youth unemployment is a major issue, and this we cover in your ESI unemployment wala chapter. So again, this is from your static portion. Even this question is from your static portion that we cover. Then discuss 5 key digital initiatives introduced in union budget and their potential impact on India's digital economy. So your union budget as a document becomes very important. Economic survey as a document becomes very important. So direct question can be asked from here. Explain transformational journey of digital India initiatives. So from your schemes also, from programs also, especially mostly the flagship schemes. Wahan se you can get a question. Then pros and cons of AI in banking. Discuss how rural India can give priority to women-led development. Explain the objectives and significance of National Industrial Corridor Development Program in boosting India's industrial growth and infrastructure development. Then in your English portion, you got essay. What were the topics? Effect of migration due to climate change. Again, your topics in essay, English descriptive, will be related to economics or finance only. Related to current issues, you can say, or economics, finance. Very relatable. Well-being of employees at workplace. So related to your labor laws, you can say that you cover, labor policy that you cover. Discuss social, economic, and environmental impacts of hosting the Olympics in India. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. So you can get a statement like this, and they can ask you to elaborate. This is what question was asked. Then Prezi writing mein you had got a question related to, can AI replace CEO in an organization. You had to concise it in about 20 to 180 words ऐसा था, है ना. Then there was a passage and you had to solve that passage. It was based on customer relation management. 6 questions were asked. ठीक है. Then for finance and management, which is paper 3, you had to answer 2 questions out of these. What are derivatives? Different types, key market participants in derivative market, risks associated. So directly from your static portion that you cover, the syllabus that you cover, you have a question. Difference between trait and behavioral approaches to leadership from your management. Management वाला portion तो is always static only, वहीं से आता है question, है ना. Discuss different types of communication challenge again from communication channels again from your management part. Discuss their importance in an organization. What are the key factors that influence ethics in business? What are additional tier 1 bonds? Discuss their features, explain how they differ from other types of bonds. Again, in static portion, you cover this. Difference between growth investing and value investing. What should an investor know before investing? This was in news also. In the Mint newspaper, only this article was there. So, if you're following the Mint newspaper holistically, you get questions from there also. ठीक है. Now, this is 2023 paper ESI. With respect to reports on currency and finance, explain the following. Macroeconomic effect on climate change. So, you can see climate change. So, you got a question in 2024 also, in 2023 also. So, this is a very important topic. Landmark global collaboration on climate change. Then, second question, how can the design and implementation of an improved migration policy contribute to the prosperity and well being of both host countries and migrant populations, taking into consideration economic, social, and cultural factors? Then, third question, what are the key components and goals of UNDP's new strategy on gender equality, and how does it aim to address and overcome existing challenges? So, gender equality is related, you've got a question. Challenges faced by startup in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Explain monetary policy measures, and it has to explain 8 tools or measures. Again, from your static portion, directly question has been asked. Short note on 3 schemes on employment and poverty alleviation. Again, very easy question. Then in your English descriptive in 2023, you had to write an essay on climate change and its economic impacts on developing countries. ESI topic se hai na. India's own digital currency e-rupee finance topic se you got a question. Innovation motivation methods for modern employees aligned with organizational growth management ka topic. Multilinguistic social media account for business. What is the need? So current affairs. So you get essays and all also based on ESI finance and all only. Because if you're covering it holistically, if you're reading the newspaper holistically, you can easily cover up these. Then make a précis of the following passage, reducing it about 180 words, and also give it a suitable title. Gender gap and technology related was there was a question. And then there was a passage related to economic theory, so you had to cover that. Then for your finance and management, explain in detail the scope and applicability of RBI's retail direct scheme. So directly question from scheme. Discuss big 5 factor model of personality. And this was a question. Explain contribution of Henry Fayolles in management and describe the 14 principles of management given by him. Again, very easy question from here, है ना? Then what is code of conduct? How is it implemented in organization? ONDC frameworks related, you got a question. Explain the terms in detail. Pre-sanctioned credit lines on UPI. This question you got. Then in 2022, in your ESI paper, explain economic reform and all types of economic reforms in India from 1990s till now. So we have covered this also in your static portion again. What is NBFC? How is it different from bank? And mention 5 types of NBFCs registered with RBI. Very easy question directly from your static portion. We cover NBFCs in detail. I have taken a YouTube session also on this topic. Although urbanization is spreading to villages, but race, caste, gender discrimination is rampant. In this light, write about challenges faced by protective discriminatory policy. Then write a short note on current monetary policy framework in India. Financial stability in this current monetary policy framework we studied in your static portion only ESI, hai na? Financial stability is essential to any financial institution business. And I discussed the financial stability report by RBI of December 2021. So directly from financial stability report, you get a question. You can get a question. Economic reforms and policy priorities in view of the outbreak of COVID-19 in India. And COVID, we had recently got out of COVID, and that is why this question was asked. So from current affairs linked also, you can get a question. The rural entrepreneurship. What are the challenges faced, and how new enterprises can solve India's social problems? Such kind of a question was asked. ठीक है. Then English में essay related to advantages and disadvantages of renewable sources of energy. Discuss how Green Grid Initiative and OSOWOG initiative will solve these disadvantages. है ना? One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative. Then role of women entrepreneurship in economic growth in India. Peace cannot be kept by force, can only be achieved by understanding. Elaborate. India has become medical destination of the world. Comment. Then Precis was ready to a leap of faith. There was this paragraph. Then forward markets commission पे there was a passage you had to answer it. Then in your finance and management questions, discuss India's response to global financial crisis, why people and organizations resist organization change, what are communication barriers, how can these be overcome, and what is LTRO, will blockchain disrupt banking, discuss managers' role in encouraging ethical behavior. So direct, you get so many questions directly from your static syllabus only. That is why covering it is very important. So what is the basic crux is that phase 2 is a combination of objective and subjective assessment. Okay, objective, basically it is based on facts, and subjective is what is your own opinion related to a particular topic. Okay, so what is answer writing? We're going to discuss this in the next few slides. From where to start answer writing, how to start answer writing in RBI and NABARD, answer writing essentials, do's and don'ts. We're going to discuss about this. Now, there are some important points for answer writing that you have to follow. Okay. See, answer writing में ना, you need a mix of content, structure, and how you can put that content in a very concise manner. This is the art of answer writing. Okay. So, there are some important points that you have to keep in mind, that you have to follow a standard operating procedure. You have to first, what you have to do is, what is going to be your first step? You have to identify the keywords in the question, read the question carefully, identify the keywords. Second, that you have to think about the structure. Your structure should be in such a manner that you have to divide the answer into three parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. There should be a proper format, there should be a proper logical flow in your answer writing. Okay? Fine. So introduction, you have to define, you have to provide the meaning, whatever has been asked. In main body, you have to whatever keywords you've identified, you have to discuss them in detail. And I use pointers, use examples, use facts, use data, use any kind of case study. It is going to give you an edge over others. Okay, conclusion should be summarizing, it should be on a positive note, it should be solution oriented. Okay, what are the mistakes that you have to avoid? Spending too much time on introduction. 2 to 3 lines of introduction are more than enough. Do not beat around the bush. Okay? That is why keywords highlighting is very important, so that you do not beat around the bush and you stick to the word limit, you stick to what has been asked in the question. Avoid grammatical and spelling mistakes. Very important again. Okay? Avoid answering, or avoid not answering all parts of the question. You have to answer all parts of the question, whatever is being asked. Time management is important. Using keywords is important. Writing examples is important. And word limit, you have to adhere to the word limit. Okay? So whenever you do answer writing, you have to think in your mind that what are you really supposed to answer? What has actually been asked in the question? You have to find the keywords, very important. And according to the question directive, for example, directive can be expand, elaborate, it can be discuss, and it can be explain. है ना? इस तरह से you will get directive. Based on the directive you have to answer. You should have a proper logical flow in your answer. Introduction, body, conclusion should be there. Don't forget to provide value addition. Stick to the word limit. Address all parts of the question. है ना? Give examples to substantiate your answer. And it's very important to give examples. Use simple language. Don't need to use very high-fi words. Use simple language, clear, it should be understandable. Bring creative thinking, critical thinking into the answer. Express your opinion. Bring original ideas. Okay? Fine. For example, I'll give you a question over here. WTO policies have a dual effect on Indian economy. Comment. Okay, so you've got to comment. So you can start. What are the keywords here? Keywords here. WTO is the keyword here. Policies are the keyword over here. है ना? Then dual effect, clear. What international market, structure of WTO. You have to talk about all this. So you have to divide your answer into introduction, body, conclusion. है ना. बॉडी में you have to whatever keywords you have identified, you have to write down the answer. ठीक है. Introduction 20 to 30 words or 2 to 3 lines. You can provide either the definition, you can just elaborate on the terminology, data and facts can be provided. You can start with a quote if you want. And ending should be very optimistic, it should be positive, future oriented, solution oriented. Okay? Fine, so you have to follow this structure: intro, body, conclusion. In your body portion, you can think, multiple dimensions, you should think about them. You should think about some facts that you can cite, examples, schemes, reports, indices, survey. You can quote all of these. है ना. ठीक है. You have to understand the demand of the question. That is very important. Content is very very important, and for that, the more you study the static portion, the more you need read the newspaper, the more you read the viewpoint in the newspaper, the more you follow the current affairs, you will be able to write, and the more you practice, you will be able to remember the content. Structure of the answer writing is very important again: intro, body, conclusion. Speed, you have to adhere to the speed limit. And a very important again, you don't have to waste time in writing one question only, you have to complete the question paper. Take a structure of answer, analyze, practice, improve as much as you can. And if you want, you are writing answer and you want to get it corrected, you want it to get evaluated, you can connect with me on Telegram also. है ना, Mannat Educator, this is my Telegram handle. Okay, you can connect with me over here. Just type Mannat Educator, you will have access to my Telegram account. Okay, now there are some secrets of answer writing that you can apply in your answer. See, content is just a prerequisite. It is just one dimension. Content. You might have good content, but if you're not presenting it clearly, if you are presenting it in a very haphazard manner, there is no logical flow to your answer, your content will also not work. Okay? So, along with your content, structuring is very important. Flow and linkages is very important. Proper logical flow should be there. Typing speed is important. Spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, punctuation errors, you have to avoid these. You have to practice on an exam like interface. Okay, use simple notepad in writing. Typing speed should be more than 30 words per minute. Okay, practice more and more answer writing. Prevent spelling, grammatical, punctuation errors. Okay, whatever argument you are providing, whatever dimension you are providing, you have to support it with data, with facts, with examples, with case studies. Okay, read newspapers and articles. Very very important. Newspapers, articles are very important because you get a lot of stuff. When you read newspaper, you have viewpoints in newspapers, you have a lot of solutions in the newspaper itself, in different different articles only. You can follow my live mint analysis. If you find it difficult to read the newspaper, you can follow my live mint analysis that I do of the newspaper. I bring in viewpoints also. Okay, I do it every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 a.m. Okay, you have to understand, analyze, and then start writing. And evaluation is very important. You might be writing, but if you're not getting it evaluated, you're not going to improve. Because practice, very, very important. Okay? How is your answer evaluated? What are the parameters? That firstly, how are you able to comprehend the question? How is your alignment of answers? What are you following the question directive or not? Whether it's critically analyzed, whether it's discussed, whether it's explained, whether it's elaborate. है ना? Structure should be introduction, conclusion, subheadings, flow of thought should be proper. Content should be very important. Innovative content, you have solution, observational skills, some examples, comparative analysis. Language and expression is very important. Simple language should be used. If you guys want to join this descriptive batch, I have started off with this descriptive batch for ESI right now. If you want, you can take up this course. 100 most important topics will be covered. 40 plus live sessions you will be provided with. 100 topics will be covered. 80 plus foundation classes, ESI and finance management notes, magazines. Full mock test for phase 2 will be provided. If you want, you can enroll now in this descriptive batch. Okay? Fine. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much, everyone. ठीक है. I hope that you will be preparing for your phase 2 examination with the best of your capability. Write, practice as much as you can, get your answers evaluated, and you can join the Oliveboard batch. It will be very very helpful for you, or you can connect with me on Telegram also for any kind of help. If there is any question that you want to ask me, you can ask me in the comment section. Otherwise, we are going to end the session over here. That is all from my side. ठीक है. And I wish you all the best for all those who have cleared the examination, who are preparing for phase 2. ठीक है. And this class is also important for those who are preparing for further year, for the next year maybe, है ना. So these are the basics, the prerequisites that you can follow, and if you follow all this, you will definitely do a really good job. ठीक है. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. And I will see you all in my next one. Till then, take care. And I wish you best of luck for all your endeavors. Have a good day. Bye bye.